Hey all, just wanted to touch base with you. Obviously, with our snow day on Monday, which canceled our staff meeting rather than try to reschedule it, I figured I might be able to cram a staff meeting into about 5 minutes on a Google Hangout on air. So I'm going to experiment with a couple things, so you kind of got to be patient with me as I attempt to do this. So first things first, I want to remind everybody that we're probably about time for a stages goal milestone. So I'm going to try to screen share here against my better judgment and show you Mrs. Hanner's goals, which is what we talked about at the December staff meeting. So I'm going to try to screen share here and get to stages. To get to your goals, you'll have to go back into your evals, hit the continue button, and you have each of your goals listed here. You'll just click one of those, scroll to the bottom of your page, and down here you'll see a little plus on your screen. Click the plus and you can select where you are on this goal and give a little bit of feedback from it. So again, go into your evals, go into your goals. Each goal will have a milestone that you'll be able to set, and it's okay to be realistic. I guess where you are, you might have set a goal and haven't paid a ton of attention to it yet, but just trying to keep bringing it to your attention. So stages goal, it's a good time for a milestone, probably in the next week or so. So let's get back into okay, so that was the stages goals. The second thing I was going to talk about was formal observations have been scheduled for the majority of staff. They could be as far out as the middle of February. Those of you that signed up on the Doodle survey or emailed me directly and gave me a couple dates, just want to remind you, you have the exact criteria for the formal observations in your Thoughtful Classroom. And domains 1 through 4, the 4 cornerstones, are going to be, what your formal observation is on. So that's organizations, rules, procedures, positive relationships, culture of thinking and learning, and engagement and enjoyment. So I guess when you're thinking about your daily lesson or your lesson plan for that day, then that's what you kind of want to be thinking about. And the thing that I need most is a copy of your lesson before that day. Okay, so I typically try to schedule them out at least 3 or 4 days in advance, and I'm going to do my best not to move any of the ones that we've already kind of arranged together. The last thing I wanted to talk about would be the building MTSS team spent some time working on looking at a perception data that we had students, staff, and parents fill out. So a couple of the positives you can see on this document, and they kind of synthesized, a couple of the biggest things: respecting the school's principal and teachers, and the parents feel like they do a good job supporting the learning at home. They also feel welcome at the school. The students, the highest category period was they feel that they're a good student. And staff, a couple of things that were highest was that they believe learning can be fun, seeing the results of the work with their students, and trying to provide a threat-free environment. 3 of the highest increases, and again, the first one is awesome because that was on the parent survey last year, was pretty low, informing their students about progress at school. So that they feel like that's increased drastically, at least like informing them. Student-wise, my teachers are good teachers, and staff, the highest increase over all the categories was morale is high on part of the teachers. So I know we go through a lot of struggles day to day and the highs and lows, but I do think even the survey shows that things are we keep improving. A couple spots that were room for growth. Okay, so the lowest categories across the board, and this was from the parent: teachers help me know how to support learning at home. Student-wise, I have choices in what I learn. And staff-wise, others are clear about my job description, and teachers in the school communicate with each other to make student learning consistent across grades. So again, that last bullet was staff. The highest decreases, teachers, same category: teachers help me know how to support learning at home. I'm challenged by my work teachers ask me to do, and that was from the students. And the staff, they question whether the instructional program at this school is challenging. So the building team tried to get together and come up with a SMART goal to shape some of our school improvement potentially next year. So you see the SMART categories down the left side. increase student engagement across all grade levels. And the reason why we're kind of going down that road is we felt like the green areas were very closely connected to each other. So we wanted to try to streamline as many of places to get stronger with into one focus area through even our continued early release process. So SMART is specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time bound. So you see the goal, you see the measures that we'll try to measure this by. You'll see some actions, grade level meetings bi-weekly through the early release process, development and revision of scope and sequence, for subject area 712, redesign the standards and synergy, refining unit plans, resources, and engagement tools, time to actually think about the stuff that you've taught or tried and things you always wanted to try, and then the development of formative and summative assessments. And that's per your subject area, so in grade level. So these are things that you'll have direct insight on and be able to kind of implement along the way. And again, you see our timeline is June of 2017, so a long way off, but the utilization of the early releases, with your curricular areas to kind of brainstorm and work together to move through this process. So just want to try to share a few of these with you. I'm going to try to get back to my original screen, and I think I kept it around 5 minutes, so it wasn't quite perfect, but I hope all is well. Again, didn't want to reschedule the staff meeting. I told you, I promised you that we wouldn't overkill the staff meetings at certain times, so thanks for watching. Stages, goal, milestones, formal evals are coming up, and some interesting perception data from the MTSS process and stuff that we'll be working on moving forward. Have a good night or morning, depending on when you view this.